Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be on here and obviously share our products with everybody. I do have a screen that I was going to try and share, if that's okay. If you could just give me 1 second. And if we could just go into here, sorry, just 1 sec. And play. So I am the co-founder of New Day Skin. Can everybody see the screen? If I hope so, I can't see if you can. My sister and I started New Day Skin about 5 years ago. We're a sunscreen brand. So we basically create SPF 50 plus mineral formulation sunscreens. The reason we started our story, I guess, New Day Skin is not just about sun protection. We see it as a way of life, particularly in Australia. Our vision was that everybody wakes up to an exciting new day every day and voluntarily applies sunscreen to their face because they want to, because they've got products that they enjoy using. So the picture on the slide there is actually of my niece. That's Joe's daughter, Lucy. And as you can see, she's very fair and red hair. And at the time, we were trying to, I've got 3 kids as well, and Joe's got 2. And it was just really challenging to find sunscreen 6, 7 years ago that our kids wanted to actually use every day, especially for their faces. And we know that, taking our kids to the beach or the pool is probably the safest place they can be from the sun because we lather them up with zinc and rash shirts and all the rest of it. But it's just the incidental, say, UVA, UVB rays every day of going to school, catching the bus, walking the dog, etc., that we just wanted our kids to be daily putting on and applying SPF. So at the time, there was nothing really around. It was a story where Joe was rushing to work one morning and Lucy, she just threw her one of her very expensive moisturizing creams because she forgot to ask Lucy to put sunscreen on. And it happened to be SPF 50 plus, but it smelled beautiful. Lucy put it on. She had this amazing feeling of going, oh, Mum, this is amazing. Can I wear this every day? And it kind of was a light bulb moment for Joe to say she's actually asked to put sunscreen on, but and didn't know it was sunscreen because of the feel of it and because of the smell of it. So we went down a very long journey of understanding SPF. We wanted to create, and the reason, I'll just jump to the next slide actually, because the main reason is the problem in this country. So as we know, melanoma we're the capital. Australia is the melanoma capital of the world. 1 in 4 Australians aged between 15 and 24 still don't apply sunscreen every day. And sadly, melanoma is the most common cancer for 15 to 25-year-olds as well. And every 6 hours in Australia, somebody dies of melanoma. So we've got a big problem in this country. We still do. The education's still having to be put out there in terms of applying SPF every day, and we wanted to be part of that solution. We went down the challenge of obviously trying to understand SPF, and we came up with 2 products that we currently have in market. The first one is, so basically we created 2 products called Happy Days and Good Vibes. They're both SPF 50 plus face creams. They're mineral formulations. We knew that we wanted to try and challenge ourselves by creating a sunscreen that was mineral. The difference between mineral and chemical, mineral is basically, it's a physical sunscreen, so it blocks UVA and UVB rays from the skin and it reflects off, whereas chemical sunscreens are often absorbed into the bloodstream. So it's our main active ingredient within the products is only zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is known for its benefits for, I guess, troubled skin and sensitive skin, so eczema and rosacea and acne. One of our star ingredients in the creams is Kakadu Plum. And Kakadu Plum is actually found in the Kimberley regions of Australia and is actually one of the world's highest sources of vitamin C. So excellent for boosting collagen and for luminosity of the skin, as well as any sort of pigmentation. And we know that zinc, as you probably know as well, often it's quite a white formulation. So it often leaves a white cast on the skin. We wanted to make sure that we didn't look like ghosts walking out of the house. So we have actually used a natural tint, which is an iron oxide tint within the creams as well. But as you saw just then in the little video, it is developed and designed to look invisible on the skin. So blends in beautifully. The creams are 80-minute water resistant. They're actually oil-free. And we know that even if you were to be sweating profusely or in the water, the instructions are to reapply sunscreen after 80 minutes anyway. But they're lightweight and they don't block pores. So they're really good for those sort of adolescent or acne-prone skin as well. There is a subtle scent in the products, as we said before. It really was that sensory experience when you apply something to your face, and you can see when we give it to people to put on it. It really is just, you see, particularly the kids, their faces light up because it's just such a beautiful thing to have. That when you can smell something pretty on your face. So the vanilla, so Happy Days has actually got a really subtle vanilla scent in it, and Good Vibes is a really subtle fresh apple scent, but they're so subtle. You literally will you can put it on within 30 seconds, it disappears. So you're not walking out, you know, smelling like a Sol de Janeiro perfume at the moment. So as if anyone knows that. So yeah, and I really guess the purpose of our whole, I guess, brand is the bright packaging. We want it to be fun. We want it to be not really looking like sunscreen. You know, we know that a lot of brands have got a lot of clinical jargon on the front. They're boring. We really wanted to, which is where our brand name really came from as well, with New Day Skin. It was really a message around the world that we're in with anxiety and depression and everything, particularly within our youth and the world that they live in. It was just more about sort of saying to them, it's a new day, the sun will come up tomorrow, start again, you've done something good for yourself. If you've done nothing good else, otherwise you've helped put something towards your own health and well-being. So yeah, it's just a fun brand. It's trying to get, you know, the education out there to younger people to start wearing sunscreen, but as I said, suitable for the whole family. The one other thing I'll mention in the Happy Days is it does contain a natural ingredient called Pentavitin, which is a natural moisturizing ingredient. So it does lock in moisture better. So we always recommend for those with sort of normal to dry skin to sort of be using Happy Days, and then, you know, those with normal to sort of I guess oily skin, Good Vibes is probably more suitable. And so that's sort of our story. Obviously, we are now on Shoply, which is very exciting. We do have a duo affiliate bundle pack available. We can ship internationally as well. So we're really excited to be here, and hopefully if you've got any questions, happy to answer.
Thank you so much, Ange. Really great presentation. Love the fresh look, to be honest with you. I think it is very, very fresh. It's something that I don't think I have ever seen in a sunscreen. I have a couple of questions. I want to know that I want all of our guests, our attendees, to know that they can ask any question of any of the guests that are with us today, the vendor guests that are with us, and then I will see the question, and then I will pose it to the guest on your behalf. So, Ange, we have one question, and I have one of my own. Okay, so first of all, do you sell whole body sunscreen? Do you feel like it's whole body sunscreen or mostly intended for facial use?
Yeah, great question. It is intended for facial use. Obviously, you can use it all over your body, but we have got products in development for full body, but it really was designed for the face. And the reason we sort of say it's obviously got that natural iron oxide in it. So it's not a dye. The iron oxide's not a dye. It's basically like a tint. It's like a foundation, I guess you'd sort of see in foundation. So it will mark if you're going to put it all over your body and try and then put on a silk white shirt. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there is really developed for that face. And because we know that we can sort of put on other mineral sunscreens on the body, but yeah, it's you know, it's a cosmetic formulation, and it really does rival most of the cosmetic formulations out there, to be honest. In fact, we found out that recently that our manufacturer is the same as some of the ones that you will see in Mecca and Sephora, charging twice the price. So it is, and that was a real key factor for us, was to be finding that there's a gap in the market. We found where you've got your premium products, and then obviously you've got your crappy banana boat stuff. And it was just looking, but what was something that a mum or a dad would buy for their kids and be able to afford. So we did take a bit of a hit, to be honest, on the pricing and the price point, because we wanted it to be accessible to everybody, and knowing that if we had it in the hands of mum to give to the kids, then mum would find out sooner or later that it's actually better than one she's using anyway, but half the price. So yeah, it is for the face. It is a cosmetic formulation. It does have actually sort of like a slight, I probably shouldn't say BB cream, but it is like has got a blurring kind of beautiful slight glow to the finish of it as well. So yeah, it's you can use it
Amazing.
anywhere, but just be cautious of it potentially
Amazing.
marking.
Well, we're
Right.
looking forward to your body screen sunscreen
Yes.
coming out as well. That'll be great. My question, first of all, side note, I didn't even know that there were two different types of sunscreen, one for the body, one for the face. So, okay, I learned something. I'm an avid golfer. Sadly, not a great golfer, but an avid golfer. And
Yep.
I do have to wear sunscreen. I live at 4,500 feet generally, and it'll burn you quickly. So my question for you is, I very much care that I can't taste the sunscreen once I've
Mhm.
applied it to my face. I find that the cheap ones, I can taste
Yep.
them, so I only go for naturals. Tell me about this.
Yep.
Will this be that kind of face cream for me?
100%. Yeah, we have a lot of, it's funny you should say golf. There are a lot of golfers who use this, and again, stolen it from wherever their wife or whatever, and they absolutely love it. So yeah, it is definitely, you won't, there's no, it doesn't sting the eyes. You won't have that flavor through there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really does, it does sort of look invisible on the skin as well. So as opposed to,
Awesome.
again, you know, we know for males all the time, you know, you're out in the sun a lot, either playing golf or tradies or whatever.
Mhm.
You know, it's just still making sure that you kind of have that beautiful coverage, but you're not looking kind of like you're out sort of, you know,
Great.
playing cricket.
Great, great. So last questions, I think, and folks, last chance to ask Ange a question directly. Last question for me. Where do you currently ship to? Where will our Shoply customers be able to purchase your product from the store? Is it only Australia, only New Zealand, or where will you ship?
No, we can ship everywhere. The products have been, the ingredients in our products are FDA approved, and so we have the rights to be able to sell it all over the world. There's nothing in the products that need ingredients specifically that need to be, you know, looked at by any other
Okay.
regulatory system. So the TGA obviously and IFRA have approved, they're obviously registered, and everything in there is safe to ship everywhere. So I'll probably have to set up some more shipping in Shopley,
Okay.
but let me know
Okay.
where and we can easily do that.
All right. So, folks, you're on here. Anyone that's watching recording after the fact, of course, you know that you can go onto the vendor's store in Shopley and you can contact the vendor directly and send them a question. And so, if you find that it's not yet available in your market and you would really like it, absolutely send her an email through the back office and she will put it live in that zone and make sure that you can receive the product there. All right, so I'm looking forward to it. I will be buying some of this and seeing how it goes in my golf game. Maybe it'll
Oh,
make me
yes,
better.
excellent. And I can add this into this presentation, but there's obviously a lot of FAQs on our website as well.
Okay. All right. We want to say thank you to you, Ange, for